Somebody call for a yodeling cowgirl?
Alright, hello everybody. I'm Gamemaster 909, back with more of Disney Infinity. Today I am once again back in the toy box mode, playing as Jessie from the Toy Story series. And, by the way, one of the hexagonal power discs I have, or the only hexagonal power disc I have on right now, is the Disney Parks parking lot tram. Yes! You can actually drive the freaking parking lot tram seen at the Disney parks. Which is kind of funny when you think about it. It's cool though. And it's even funnier when you realize that, I think I talked about before how specific vehicles have the tow ability. Well, this vehicle's tow ability is pretty funny actually, since you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean if we spawn in another player, which who knows? I might actually do that just for demonstration purposes. Let's see. Let me check defeats just as like a recap. Jump over that. Okay, I still need that. I still need that feat. Got it. So I should probably jump over all of these vehicles. Got it. Let's see, why don't I go ahead and first of all, go ahead and check out Jessie's Toy Box Adventure, Jessie's Critter Corral. Or is it Corral? I think it's Corral. The poor, cute little creatures have all escaped and gotta be corralled before they all get lost. Use your packs and tools to rescue them. If they could talk, I'm sure they'd thank you. Alrighty. Let's do it. So the Mickey Mouse symbol, or just the, I guess I could say the Mickey symbol, on the back of the parking lot train looks a little odd. I always thought it looked odd because, well, I'll explain it later.
Get all the critters to their goal as fast as you can.
Alright, that fenced area, by the way, is, yeah, where we gotta bring the critters. Pick up critters and return them to the goal. Use all your packs and tools to return as many as possible within the time given. In order to get gold, we need to rescue 24 critters. And so, yeah, we can use packs and tools if we want to use stuff like, I don't know, the hoverboard. Which I don't think... we grab these with the hoverboard? No, we can't. However, we can use Bullseye, which does give us some speed when it comes to, yeah, picking up the larger critters. What is cool, though, is that there is actually the goo volcano over there. And yes, there is actually goo around it, so you can shrink and grow yourself if you want. And I think I explained this before, but growing yourself with goo, especially like on horseback, will increase your speed by quite a lot. Which means that if we pick up this critter, well, we still won't be able to fully sprint. I think it won't be unless we actually grow ourselves. I think we just have to wait in the goo for a little longer. Or just do that. And now both the player and Bullseye are super large. And we could pick up all of these large critters with ease, making this adventure quite a breeze. And, hey, that rhymed. Did not intend on that. So yeah, pretty simple adventure. Just go around and pick up the critters, or, yeah. I guess their official term is critters. Because that's the category these are placed under in the toy box mode. These are all the critters from the Toy Story in Space playset that we got by hatching all of those eggs, if you don't remember. Or just didn't watch through the Toy Story in Space playset portion of this playthrough, which is fine. I don't really care. But, yeah, we have a little less than 2 minutes to spare, so we got plenty of time. And I don't know if I ever discussed the music in this adventure, or the music that plays in this adventure. It's not exclusively heard in it. Especially since it is kind of just generic Western-themed music that actually originates from the Toy Story 3 video game. It was brought over into this game, and is actually accessible in the boombox. Now, the boombox, I think I explained before, is a creativity toy in this game that lets you change the music in your toy box world. Now, all of the music options are all, like, actually, are not generic music, but are actually themed after Disney franchises. And the one that's heard in this adventure, along with the Toy Story 3 video game, I think it's called, like, the Spurs mix or something. It's weird. In the Toy Story 3 video game, the game's files at least, that's really the only way you can actually find names for all the music tracks. They're all referred to, like, with mixes, and the one for that track in particular is called the Spurs mix. So that's pretty much... Uh-oh, only 30 seconds. Running out of time. Alright, let's see if we could find any critters close to us. We sure can. Alright. We might cut it short here.
10 seconds left.
Oh god! Don't worry, there's some over here. And we did not get gold. Forgot the voice changes with the goo being active. So, unfortunately, we did not get gold. So, looks like I gotta replay it.
Get all the critters to their goal as fast as you can.
Well, at least this time I kind of have a better idea of, like, what I'm doing.
Would you look at that? Everything is coming together.
Well, they will once we get these critters back together, Jessie.
Go for a
I
ride.
think you're speaking a little too soon. And yeah, the game even suggests that we use the horse, which I'm sure more will spawn if we're playing in multiplayer. Alright. So yeah, using the goo is something I highly recommend if you want to get this adventure done quickly. So anyways, I think I was talking about before. Actually, you might be able to use the 0-point energy as well. That might also... Because, like... Because pretty much every object carried... I think every object carried by the 0-point energy can be carried with, like, the same amount of, I guess, strength, because... Like, the weight of a character picked up by 0-point energy does not matter. Like, the weight doesn't matter. It'll be the same for everything, I think. So, like, it doesn't matter how small or large a critter or character you pick up is, it'll easily be carried by your character with 0-point energy. So, you might try that as well, but I always preferred the goo method. Yeah, that's what I'm calling it. And we got a spark capsule. Alright, I guess I may as well go ahead and continue talking about what I was talking about before with the music. The reason why I bring it up and why I think it's kind of funny is because in the boombox in this game, they gave all the tracks, like, really weird and kind of vague names. Usually, like, the franchise they're from, and that's it. The one they give this track is they just call it Jessie in the boombox. I mean, I guess it makes sense because the only time it's ever heard in this game, I think, is just in this adventure. So I guess it kind of makes sense that they would label it as that because it's heard in Jessie's Toy Box Adventure and literally nowhere else in the game. And the reason why I kind of find it funny is because I didn't know that as a kid. I don't think I owned the Jessie figure when I first like looked through all the songs on the boombox. I might show them here in a bit, unless I have already. I don't really remember. Because when I looked through them while I was a kid, like I said this before, I got the Toy Story and Space playset, so this would have been when I still was playing the Wii version of the game. That's kind of funny. Yeah, we got a minute to bring in 4 more. That's plenty of time, especially since there's some up here. All right, yeah, just 2 more. We're doing great, I'd say. Boom! We got gold. And now we could just do whatever. Yeah, a whole 30 seconds remaining. Can you believe that? Be that. The reason why I find it funny is because as a kid, when I saw that, oh, there's a music track called Jessie. No joke. I thought it was referring to the Disney Channel sitcom Jessie. If any of you remember that, it was one that aired in like the early 2010s. I think 2011 was when it premiered. I remember because I think it premiered right after the Phineas and Ferb movie, Across the Second Dimension.
I did it!
Wow. Still pretty funny with a low-pitched Jessie. Alright, there we go. Got 27 critters. Pretty cool. Alright, so yeah, that was Jessie's Critter Corral. Pretty standard adventure, not really much reason to replay it. I wouldn't even say it's that fun with friends, honestly. That's just me.
It's you! Shucks, what are we waiting for? Let's get a move on!
Alright, so, I guess I may as well do this, just to show this off with this specific vehicle. Why don't we go ahead and put another figure on the base?
Mother of Abraham Lincoln! This place is fun!
Right, how about... what we put on good old... well, first of all... by the way, I recently made Player 2 and Player 3 accounts. Just for, like, other playthroughs I do. So we may as well use it. Just for the heck of it. Okay. Alright, yeah, I got Crystal Buzz Lightyear on. I mean, I don't think there really is an online mode to begin with, is there? No. Alright. Oh, and I forgot, yeah, in the toy box mode, each player is given their own vehicle when you have a power that's placed on. Uh-oh. We got enemies. Whoa. Alright, so what I wanted to show is a couple things, because this is the first time I've really shown multiplayer in the toy box mode. So for one... Great, alright. You can tow other characters, and yeah, look at that! We even have a little special vehicle that they're placed on, that they could ride on. Pretty much, I guess replicating the like passenger seats in a parking lot tram. I think that's really cool that they put that detail in. So that it really looks like a parking lot tram now. As if we're heading off to the Disney parks. Super cool. And of course, we can throw them, which is great. Get out of here. Alright, that reminds me. There actually is an achievement, or a trophy in PlayStation 3, where, no joke, the goal, or pretty much what you have to do, is to kill the other player. No joke.
There you are, Buzz! I got him!
Alright, one more hit. never mind. Alright. There we go! Achievement unlocked! Sorry? Defeat another player's character. Beautiful. By the way, there's also an achievement for, not sorry? Defeat 40 player characters. So, I think once we get a certain pack in this game, that'll actually be really easy to do. So we'll probably save that for another time. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show when it comes to multiplayer. At least for now. I just wanted to show it because the parking lot tram being on the base. Which I forget what all other vehicles have that whole tow system. I think there are a couple others which, if I find out, I will show them later on. But for now, there's something else that I wanted to show. Kind of what I planned before recording this. Mainly about the big feat. Well, not this one. Creator Extraordinaire, place 500 blocks in total. That's easy. I mean, it's mainly that there's a Creator Extraordinaire 2 that you all are probably going to hate when it's unveiled. But, I realized before recording this that one cool thing about the blocks is the singular blocks and how with it, we should probably go somewhere else to show this. Well, we could probably just hop in the editor, go to blocks, and let's see. Well, I guess we could place them on the edges. Who knows? I don't really know where I want to display this. Or if I wanted to do them in another Toy Box world entirely. You know what? I think I'd actually prefer that. Okay. Let's go to another Toy Box world. Because I think placing them here would be awkward. Why don't we go to the place where it all began? Or somewhat. The world where it all began. Feats. The first Toy Box world that I made in the Toy Box world. Or the Toy Box mode for this playthrough.
Howdy, partner. Come on. We've got to get this wagon train a moving.
Alright. Here we are. Okay, so I did show the boombox before. Alright, I guess I did mention the story I had before. I don't know. But, do we have a sky changer in here? Because I kind of want to change the sky backdrop. Doesn't look like we do. Oh, wait! Yeah, we do. Right next to the capsule generator. Okay. Perfect. Alright. Because, check it. Should probably change the sky to something else. Because what I wanted to kind of show off is something that a lot of people did. Mainly, you know, back when people were able to share Toy Box worlds online via Toy Box Share and, you know, spread like user-generated content and stuff. One thing I remember seeing a lot was people making pixel art. That's right. Using the blocks, you could easily make pretty much your own, I guess, just whatever art that you want, using the blocks to kind of form, like, images using the different textures and stuff. Of course, you could probably do it easily, like, probably the simplest thing you could do using it is, well, I mean, it probably takes a lot of practice to get down. But I guess we could probably have fun with it, because I pulled up some, like, like some, you know, some iconic 8-bit sprites from different video games, you know, because I think those would make for really cool pixel art, mainly because, you know, it's kind of the most obvious to do because they're made up of so little pixels while still being very iconic. Like I said, I have some pulled up of like something like a grid view of them, so that you can easily lay out like how many pixels on each of them for different details and stuff. So may as well go ahead and start constructing one of Mario from Super Mario Brothers. How about that? That'd be fun. Of course, from the Nintendo Classic. I'm looking at the sprite right now for reference. Only thing about it is that it's probably going to be pretty difficult to actually, you know, texture each one, because you're probably going to have to do that individually, if I were to imagine. Let's see here. That color might actually work. Let's see, is there anything else here that could work as well? No, that's too bright. That might be the best color we have. But yeah, especially if you like lay out all the blocks first, it's gonna be pretty difficult to whoops! I didn't mean to do that. But whatever. At least we got the left shoe down. I'm not sure how we're gonna pull off red. Smash might be our best option. Dang it! I keep on pressing the wrong button. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is harder than I thought. I guess because I pressed Y, you know, to bring up this texture menu, so I guess my instinct is to press it again to go back, but that's just as a theme all. In other Disney Infinity games, it'll actually like pull up a text box saying, "Do you really want to theme all of the objects with this texture?" And it like gives you a yes or no option. So at least they kind of thought it through, because I guess that was kind of a flaw with the first game, is that once you press theme all, you can't really undo it. Even if your hand slips and you do it on accident. Let's see. For the actual, I guess the skin on Mario, I guess this works. Classic one. Wait. There's not a plastic one, is there? Oh, what's it doing all the way over here? Okay, I completely forgot about that. That's weird. The textures of these blocks are definitely in an interesting order. So yeah, funnily enough, I think I actually did try doing this back in the day. I think like in the 2.0 era. I like tried it once, and I was like, yeah, this sucks. I guess because I tried doing it from memory rather than actually basing it off something, so it ended up being pretty bad. Let's see. So wait, how wide is it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12 blocks wide, so I was correct about that. Perfect. And there is a 2-block gap here. But yeah, I remember though as a kid like really wanting to try doing stuff like this because I guess I thought it'd be a lot of fun to do some pixel art. I don't know. It's cool. It's a clever, it's a clever way of using the blocks in this game. Wait, something's not right here. Oh, I know it's not right. Yeah, there should be another row of just 12 blocks. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yes, because for the most part, like the bottom half is pretty much symmetrical. If you look at the actual sprite. Okay. Alright, looking good so far. Right? Maybe. Should probably texture this part just so we could see. Yeah, once again, having to do them individually, which is going to be pretty annoying. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I guess I could talk about, I remember seeing a whole bunch of, like, products back in the day. I remember seeing one, I forgot the name of it. It was like a toy shown on a lot of, I guess kind of a toy shown on a lot of channels, like, probably like Cartoon Network and stuff, because I doubt it would have been on Disney Channel, because it doesn't really have commercials. Which, I guess I could talk about that, all the stuff I saw on Disney Channel, because it didn't really have, like I said, it didn't really have commercials, but rather like just sponsors, and the rest of the commercial breaks would just be like supplementary Disney material, like music videos, animated shorts, sometimes weird, like sometimes something in the middle, like AMV music videos, kind of just official. That's kind of what they were. Official Disney AMVs, to where they would have like popular songs and sync old Mickey Mouse cartoons or just old Disney cartoons in general to them. It was really interesting. And like I said, I guess their own... Well, I think it's something that they did, like... They've done for like a while, actually, now that I think about it. I remember researching it for some reason. But, yeah, I forget the exact name of them, but I know they have, like, a name. I know they'll block on certain commercial breaks for stuff like that, along with, like, showing classic Disney cartoons, or having weird stuff, like a little mini-series called Blam. I think it was called Disney's Blam, where it would just, like, have... Again, classic Disney cartoons with, some slapstick and stuff, and having like a sports commentator over it, kind of commentating on it. It was really weird. And what's funny is that I remember on YouTube, oh my god, someone making a freaking parody of it using footage from the movie Up. Oh my god. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's hilarious. And, the whole joke is to pretty much take like serious scenes from that movie and have like the same kind of commentator that they would have on the Disney's Blam segments. And yeah, I'm sure you know the rest. And I distinctly remember it having such classic lines as "Somebody call the Blambulance." I'm not joking. It's been a while since I've last seen it, but I do remember that. I do remember that part of it. Oh my god. Whoops. Now, another thing about NES sprites I've realized that it kind of is simple to do them on here, especially with the lack of textures that you have for the blocks. Thankfully, in 2.0 and 3.0 edition, they gave you way more options for block textures. They would just straight up give you like solid colors, which was really nice. I guess it was after 1.0 edition that they realized that, oh, people use these blocks for pixel art. Well, we may as well just give them solid colors to help them out. So you have like solid blue, solid red, solid green, yellow, purple, all those colors, which was really nice. And made stuff like this a whole lot easier. It's looking good so far. You can kind of tell who it is. It looks like there is one more row of just 12 blocks. But yeah, I think I already said that the whole like part of the commercial breakdown talking about with all those kind of segments and stuff is called Have a Laugh. But anyways, I think I was going to mention something else. About products like, I think one was called Quixels, I think, where you could, like the whole concept is you like make pixel art on like a grid, place little blocks down, and you use like a spray to stick them all together to make a little pixel art. And I'm pretty sure I've seen people use, probably not that product, but products very similar to it. I see a whole bunch of people display like pixel art in their, on like their office desks and stuff, or their home desks too. I remember having a teacher that like had a, that displayed like a pixel art. I think of specifically the sprite of Link from the game The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap, which was a game for the Game Boy Advance system. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's actually starting to become a little more recognizable. So yeah, I remember seeing commercials for those a lot as a kid and thinking like, oh, I really want that. I guess because when I saw them, it was kind of when I was starting to get more into retro gaming again. Around 2013, 2014, I think is when I saw them. So yeah, around when I was getting into these games, funnily enough. But yeah, I guess I could go back to talking about freaking Disney Channel bumpers and segments and stuff. Such as, I think another one I remember a lot is Disney 365, which is kind of this, which was kind of just, I think like a news show or whatever, where it just involved, you know, people kind of showing. Oh, there we go! We got the feat creator extraordinaire. Alright. And I completely forgot about that road. That scared the crap out of me. By the way, we leveled up. That's Jessie. She's now at level 9. Jeez. Kind of weird knowing that Jessie is one of my like highest leveled characters. I guess because I played her so much in the Toy Story and Space Combat Simulator. Alright, actually, may as well check out the pause menu. Dear God. Everybody, Creator Extraordinaire 2. Place 5,000 blocks in total. No. I'm kidding. Yes, I'm going to do it. Because I'm just like that. Shoot 5,000 objects. That's another terrible one that I'm going to do. Because, yeah, I guess they expect you to play this game for all eternity or something. I don't freaking know. Excuse me, but anyways. Probably go ahead and talk about... Get back to talking about the whole news show where pretty much... is that it? Maybe? Yeah. Okay, that's it. Pretty much just give viewers insight about all things going on with Disney, mainly with like Disney parks and stuff. I think I remember watching one of when they like rethemed. I think it was Star Tours at the Disney parks. They would talk about that. I think it was when they. Is that right? I'm sure it'll look right when I actually texture everything. But yeah, I think when it was rethemed to go alongside to add more planets, I guess. If you don't know, Star Tours is a Disney Parks attraction where, of course, it's themed after the Star Wars movies. And pretty much has you in like a little passenger ship where you're pretty much taken all across different Star Wars planets. Like, you know, Tatooine, Hoth, Endor, Bespin, all those planets. And I think they added more planets after the Star Wars prequels came out across, well, it's from 1999 to 2005. So they would add planets from those movies like, you know, Naboo, Coruscant, Mustafar, Utapau, Kashyyyk, all those planets. I forgot to mention Camino. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that might have been the one I watched. I don't know. It could have been just talking about the attraction in general. Is that right? Yeah. Yep, that's it. Okay. Because with this, I think it's just... Whoops. In the wrong way. It's just 3, right? Yep.
Everything sure is coming together.
Sure is, Jessie. Check this out. I believe it's just 2. Here, right? Yes. Okay. This will be, yeah. See if there's any other kind of segments I remember on the Disney Channel. Because keep in mind, I watched a lot of Disney Channel between like 2009 or 10 to 2014. Yes. Because 2015 was when I think I got back into... Because beforehand, I mainly watched Cartoon Network as a kid, you know. Because really, if you were a kid in the 2000s, there were only 3 options for, like, ultimate television entertainment, I guess you could say. There was Nickelodeon, there was Cartoon Network, and there was Disney Channel. I never really watched that much Nickelodeon, believe it or not. I know a lot of people did. You know, grew up with shows like SpongeBob SquarePants, My Life as a Teenage Robot. What else came out in the 2000s? Like what Nickelodeon shows? There was Danny Phantom, there was El Tigre, there was Avatar: Last Airbender. All those shows. I didn't really grow up with any of them. Which I guess could be a shocker to a lot of people, especially since I know so many people that grew up with those shows. I know so many people that reminisce on Avatar: The Last Airbender and freaking trying to think. Like I said, Danny Phantom is another big one.
I reckon I could stick around here a while.
I don't know why I can't remember anything else. Whoops. Plastics over here. I guess it shows you when I can't remember a lot of Nickelodeon shows because I didn't grow up on it. Or at least, like, Nickelodeon shows of the 2000s. Oh, Jimmy Neutron, that was another big one. And Fairly Odd Parents, that's it. Yeah, that was the other big, those are big ones. So yeah, it shows like Avatar The Last Airbender, Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron. Or, technically the full title is The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. A lot of them have pretty long titles. Like stuff like My Life as a Teenage Robot. But yeah, I mean, at first I mainly grew up watching Cartoon Network, you know? Watching stuff like Star Wars The Clone Wars. Which is funny because, you know, kind of gone full circle talking about Disney again. At least for now. What else? There was... Star Wars The Clone Wars was one I watched. Oh, shut up, Jessie. Anyways. I don't know if I watched Chowder a lot. Maybe not. Let's see. I remember watching... I might have watched a bit of Marvelous Misadventures... The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. Along with... Well, actually, what's funny is that I not only watched a lot of Cartoon Network, I also watched a lot of Boomerang. Because, you know, they would show, like, older cartoons and stuff that, you know, Turner Broadcasting Company, whatever, Turner, pretty much, the company that owned Cartoon Network, pretty much show older cartoons that they just so happen to own. Mainly stuff from, like, Hanna-Barbera and stuff. I would mainly watch... Well, of course, the ones they would mainly show were stuff like, you know, Tom and Jerry, the Flintstones, the Jetsons, Yogi Bear, Huckleberry Hound. What else? Oh, Scooby-Doo. Especially Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, of course. How could I forget? Arguably the biggest Hanna-Barbera show. But, yeah, they would also show, at least when I watched it. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. Because they had a block on there, I think, called Boomer Action, where they would mainly show, like, a bunch of, like, action-oriented shows, like Johnny Quest, another big Hanna-Barbera cartoon, along with a whole bunch of superhero shows that used to air on Cartoon Network. That reminds me that another Cartoon Network show I watched a lot was Teen Titans. That was a big one that I think a lot of people reminisce on.
Sure is a pretty day out.
I think the rest are just this. Well, okay, there's this over here. What's this? Okay. There's just the overall color. Or the clothes under the overall. Yeah, they're all the same color. Alright, and with that, look at that! I made myself an 8-bit Mario sprite from Super Mario Brothers. in Disney Infinity. How cool is that? At least, you know, using what I have, because there aren't many textures to pick from, but I think using the textures I have, I think that I did a pretty okay job. And the special looks good from far away, holy crap. What the? Weird. Anyways. Let's see how it looks on foot. Yeah, it looks pretty good. If I say so myself. Pretty cool. Let's see. I don't know if I have time to make another one right now, because I didn't realize how time-consuming just one would be. I have a whole bunch of them pulled up on my computer.
This place is more fun than a whole barrel of monkeys.
You got that right, Jessie. Yeah, I don't know if I have time right now to make another one. Maybe another time, who knows. I could add another pixel art piece to my collection. I even wanted to do a friggin' Disney sprite, which, who knows, I might do that one next, considering that who knows if I'll have time to make a whole bunch of these. I don't know if I do. But, although with all those blocks, how much did that level up Jessie for me? Not a lot. Okay, great. Yeah, maybe by the time I place 5,000 blocks, something will happen, which this might help me do that, because they're made up of quite a few blocks. But yeah, should probably save. I wonder, should I probably should save it under feats, because I guess it technically falls under me doing a feat. And yes, I am keeping that description. Alright, there we go.